What's up, fam? Is it Ugly Girl Day? Is it Ugly Girl Day? She thought it was Ugly Girl Day. You guys remember that? White Boy Day? Oh, he thought it was White Boy Day. Oh, she thought it was Ugly Girl Day. Now I know I'm pretty, but I know I ain't prettier than Timothy Chalamet. Is it Ugly Girl Day? Oh my god. Oh my god. Anyway, I'm being triggered to death right now, literally, Monday, October 28th at 10:45 a.m. So it's still pretty early, and I'm being triggered to death. I'm being triggered to my operating table, and then probably my void. So lucky me, love being God, none of this matters, but still have people in my life that want to trigger me to death and pull rank over me, even though they're a teeny tiny little mortal. And it's lit like this. It is lit like this. And Alex laughed when he saw this because he was like, yeah, that's exactly what it's like. Everyone is protecting her, and this is like basically the general public's energy, and like here is tiny little mortal that's like against me, that like, wants me to marry Engelbert Humperdinck against my will, and like all of the energy up against that person, and they're still trying to trigger me to death. Literally this morning, yes, literally this morning, yes, they are trying to trigger my entire family to death. Yes, they are. Yes, they are. It's so great. My entire family is being triggered to death. It's so great. We just love it. Just call me a 3D loser, why don't you? Just call me a 3D loser. We get it. I'm just a total 3D loser, okay? I just like cannot get my shit together. Right, Becky? I just can't get my shit together, Becky, right? All I care about is like having a great face and great tits and a great body and great hair, right, Beck? Right? That's all I care about, right? I just like literally can't get my shit together. Like I hear you loud and clear. I hear you loud and clear, girlfriend. Like, get your 3D life together. Otherwise, you're going to be a 3D loser. You are lit, such a 3D loser. I hear ya. I hear ya. I hear ya. Okay, I hear ya. I got to crawl back into bed because I don't want to exist because I'm being triggered to death. And that means I'm a 3D loser and I need melatonin and need to go to bed earlier. I hear you loud and clear. Anyway, that's what Ryan is working on this morning, eating the naughty little boys and girls, which apparently are hearing me over walls and are lit attacking me. Like, what the fuck, mom? They're like, what the fuck, mom? We did not agree to this, okay? We did not agree to fit in nicely with you. No, we didn't. So they're like, trigger mom to death, trigger mom to death, trigger mom to death. And I'm like, I feel it, guys. I lit don't want to exist today. Lits don't want to exist. Don't want to exist. Okay. Like, my bed is like really way too comfy. And like, I hope I just like lit just dissolve into nothingness right now. Like, that's how I felt this morning when I woke up. Yeah, you guys are doing a great job. I literally don't want to exist anymore. Okay. So great job. Great job, team naughty little boys and girls that don't want to fit in nicely with me. Fantastic job. I mean, didn't you do this last year? And like, it went so well for you. Like, your health is going to be amazing next year. You're just going to have like such amazing health next year. I'm just so proud of you. So, like the organic template is like totally not scaring you guys, and either is like an Andromedan invasion. You're just like, I'm gonna because like literally fighting me back is like puts me in my void, and you guys literally hate that. But like, keep going. Like, yeah, keep going. I'm a 3D loser. I totally get it. I'm totally a 3D loser. Okay, like let's trigger the crap out of me. I totally don't have my shit together. I'm not a famous celebrity. I'm not a famous YouTuber. I don't have um like a human boyfriend that's like in my life that like takes me to dinners every once in a while and like takes me out like for like happy hour. My God. um are they listening and still fighting back? I think so. That's usually what that means. If I like can't clear my throat and I can't even talk, it's like they're fighting back. They don't want me to talk. They're closing up my throat chakra, literally. And I gotta go eat some more jalapeno peppers, apparently. Yeah, that scared him off. I'm gonna eat some jalapeno peppers straight out of the jar if you keep going. Um, yeah, it's like you guys can't get a fucking clue. Like you just can't get a clue. Like you cannot get a clue. Like, do I need melatonin? Like I'm pretty sure you need melatonin since you take 11 a night. But let me think about that. And like I sleep pretty much through the night, almost every night with nothing, with like no melatonin, no wine, no vapes, like literally nothing. And I just like sleep like a baby every night. Like I know that like I wake up in the middle of the night when I have like a crazy vision of a FEMA camp and like people that I love in the FEMA camp that I have to rescue. I know that happens. Okay, but I still go right back to bed after like I do the mission, right? So, pretty sure that I sleep like a baby, and that is known. Okay, and like I'm like sleeping too much. Like I'm sleeping way too much, and it's really annoying me. It's like I'll go to bed at night, then I'll sleep, and then go for my walk, and then take a nap in the afternoon again. Like I'm tired in the afternoon again. Like I just keep sleeping. So it's like I know what it means when I'm sleeping extra. It means like Colin is out, right? And so it's like exhausting to me because it's like he's taking care of the problem and it's like I can sleep. It's like I'm so exhausted from like talking to you guys for like a year and like over explaining myself for a year that it makes him go out and like clear the problem and I can finally sleep. Like and I like sleep extra when that happens. And that's what I'm doing right now. I'm sleeping like a lot. And I don't like it when I sleep way too much because like anyway. But yeah, like I don't really need anything to sleep. I don't know. I don't know. Like you guys need melatonin and like sleeping pills and like alcohol. Like I just don't need any of that stuff. I don't know. Clean diet. I have a clean diet. I'm like super clean. I'm like super clean. I just have like one cigarette a day. I couldn't find anyone to give me a cigarette yesterday, and it really bummed me out. So I had a very clean day yesterday. Like there was literally nobody out at the lake. There's usually somebody at the lake where I can like find somebody to like bum a cigarette. And I didn't like look up AA and I didn't go to church yet. I didn't go to church yesterday either. Um I didn't go to church yesterday either. Like I said, I was going to do like the social things because I've just been kind of like talking to like people at the lake and they're all in on it. What do you know? They're all in on it. They're all like, talking to me like, oh, the princess, here's the princess, everybody. So they all know who I am. Wow, what do you know? Like they all know who the princess is. What do you know? So yeah, we have the best life ever here in Burlington, New Jersey, Rio, and you should like come over. Like it's so cool over here. We love it. You'll love our family. It's great. Okay. Um, my coffee tastes weird as fuck. It tastes like cheesecake or something. It tastes weird. I don't know what it is. But I did not go to Japan last night, so I was happy about that because it basically is against my will, right? It's against my will. That's why, like, I think I stopped going to Japan because I called them out and I was like, "Who the fuck are you? You obviously know who the fuck I am. Like, do you want to fucking date me in real life or not?" Like, the same fucking thing. Like, taking advantage of my energy, right? Like, I don't know who the fuck you are, and I know that my father didn't I say I'm doing like the same thing that I'm doing yesterday? Look at them getting embarrassed. Like the first one I said was like an adorable woman. Like she's like a nice woman or whatever, but like nobody I would date like for reals in like person. And the second guy was just like some random Japanese dude. I would never date him either. Just some random Japanese dude, okay? So is the same thing happening that happened last year, except I work for a Japanese office this year in Japan? Yes. It's the same fucking thing. It's like unwanted advances. I'm dating people that I don't want to be dating, okay? I don't want to be dating them. Thankfully, I'm God, and it's going to activate the fuck out of them and make them go crazy and make a lot of demonic activity happen in Japan. And that, like, I'm happy about or whatever. Like, but like, do they want to take responsibility for me? Do they want to come forward and say, "Hi, I'm interested in dating the queen," and give me a chance to say yes or no? No, they don't. No, they don't. Okay, Fukushima. Okay, there you go. Like that's the thing that I got. It's like I'm eating their nuclear codes because they have a nuclear event in Japan. So and they have like huge earthquakes there too, and they have huge tsunamis. So I'm eating a lot of cool codes. And I'm also eating their kamikaze code. I'm eating like all of Japan basically, but it's like come forward and like take care of me, Japan. Like you obviously know who the fuck I am, and like put me up in the fucking hotel room. Like come forward and take care of the goddamn princess in 3D. No, you don't want to come forward and look how happy I am this morning to wake up. I don't want to fucking exist because the downloads are too heavy and too awful to like deal with in person. Like to deal with like I don't want to deal with life. Like it would have been a great thing to like wake up to like the Japanese like knocking on the door like, "Hello, we've come to rescue the princess and take her to Japan, and we have a car waiting outside for her, and like here's our credentials. We're from the Japanese government or whatever. And like, here's the Japanese prince he came with. Okay, this is the Japanese prince. Like, here, I'll show it to you. Blah 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 blah. Like, this is for real. This is legit. Like so. Okay. I'm just saying you are the same as American men. You don't want to come forward and take care of me in person. You want to do it behind the veil and you want to say, "Yes, I'm dating the princess," okay? Because I know you hear me telepathically wise, and here I am, Japanese man number one, okay, and I'm lit dating the princess. Like, lit you're not, okay? Lit you're not. Lit you're just like trying to steal my sexual energy, but hello, guess what? Demonic activity, okay? Major demonic activity, okay? So, yeah, dating advice from the princess. If you don't like fucking your dream advances, get a fucking YouTube channel and call them out on YouTube, okay? Why do you guys deal with that crap? Like, "Oh, I can't talk about it. I can't talk." Why can't you talk about it? It's my world. I can talk about it. If I can talk about it, you can talk about it, okay? It's my goddamn fucking world. They say that, "Oh, you can't talk about it because it's like corporate and like whatever." Like, is it corporate's world? No. It's Alyssa's World. Okay, Disney admitted it. Instead, the logo doesn't say Disney World anymore. It says Alyssa's World. Go look at it. It's an overlay. It says Alyssa's World now. Go look at it. They admitted it. They put it in writing. Probably the owner of Disney probably put it in writing. you know what happened in the spirit first, and then it comes down, and then it goes through. You guys know how this shit works by now, okay? They fucking admitted it's my world, okay? It's my world. So if you want to stand up for yourself and not get like, bamboozled in dreamscape, stand up for yourself. It works. Like I'm not gonna like what do you think? What do you think? You are you gonna just like take me? Like if you think about me, like you think you can do that? You think that's allowed? That's really funny. That's hilarious. It's fucking hilarious. I think that's funny. I think it's going to cause a lot of demonic activity in Japan, and I'm really excited for the news. What is, the news that's going to happen in the next couple of months with Japan? I'm so excited. It's sort of like North Korea, um, joining the war, joining the Russian side. Okay, that was all planned by me as well. Okay, so yeah, you don't get to decide. I don't know how many times I have to say you do not get to decide if you're dating me. I get to decide if I'm dating you. Okay. Fucking idiots. I'm trying to get her attention. Do you think I give a fuck? Then you fucking come over here to the New World Order Princess show on YouTube. Search it in the search bar on YouTube and you put it in the comments. Dear Princess, may I have your attention, please? And this is the matter. Okay? And if it's important enough, I'll get to it. Okay? But it should be Japan wants to take care of you for a year, paid in full, and if you agree, here's the email or something like that. Type in the comments, blah blah blah, and we'll get a hold of you. Something like that, okay? Like we'll fucking mail you a phone, okay? Like it's that hard to figure it out. Like you're that fucking idiotic. Like corporate doesn't figure it out every fucking day. Like figure it out. Figure it out, okay? So anyway, you know how to do it. Like you know how to figure it out, okay? And no, you don't get my attention that way. It's her and River, and we are releasing demons so that we can open the gates of hell onto earth. And hell on earth may be complete. It can be a complete hell on earth, not a guessing game. Is this hell on earth? Is this hell? It kind of feels like hell. My life kind of feels like hell, Alyssa. Like, I don't know what to tell. I don't know how to tell you this, but like, my life kind of feels like hell. And I was wondering if like I could get your ear on it because like I hear like you're the princess and like you're important and like I would love to know like why my life kind of feels like hell. I mean, I got married. I thought like my life would get better, but like my husband, he sleeps on the couch. Like, can you tell me what's going on? Is that like okay? No, it's lit not okay. It's lit not okay to ask God why your husband is sleeping on the couch, okay? It's completely inappropriate. It's completely inappropriate, okay? You have a big sister to ask. You don't need to ask God, okay? You don't need to burden God with your stupid little minuscule problems, okay? Now that's why Link is freaking on, the lawyer. And so Link is on your case now. Yeah. Because you're that much of a burden to God. Like, I mean, like, imagine like you can have like God's individual attention for your individual problem just because like you wanted it. Like just because you asked for it. Like doesn't that sound crazy to you? Like don't you think you'd be like, "Oh, this is like the special princess of the entire fucking universe. Maybe I should like concentrate on treating her well." Because like she has like all of the power in the universe instead of like bothering her with like my minuscule mortal problems. Yeah, I don't know. Just a thought. Like, I don't know. I feel like you're like this right now. Think, 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 think. Like, what do you mean I can't ask God about my problems? Like, you can ask the conglomerate of energy and you can ask your big sister and your big brother, okay? That's another word for your higher self. Okay? But when you have actual God, it's sort of like the guy in my neighborhood like pulling up in his car and like randomly like thinking he's gonna have like a conversation with God like after all of these years when he's been nothing but like not a good friend to her all of these years. It's sort of like that. It's sort of like that, you know? I can't believe that was my second cup of coffee. I have to go walk Fresh now. Let me see. I mean, I'm gonna walk him like soon after this, and hopefully somebody will be out there to give me a cigarette because you guys are fucking stingy as fuck. Luckily, they are getting more and more trapped in their bodies, so they won't be able to do stuff like that. They won't be able to terrorize me anymore. Like I said, like, was that like my will? No, it wasn't my will. Okay, it wasn't my will. Didn't I say that? Like, I'm just like dating a random Japanese man. He should probably come forward and put me, or like Japan in general should come forward, right? And take care of me because they're obviously listening in to me and Asamu's conversation, who is actually Japanese. Okay, so yeah, just call them out. Anyway, so last night it was like a weird dream. I was sort of like in this place that I was at like a few months ago with like my old coworkers, but I was with Jason Momoa, and I was with my dog and Jason Momoa, and there was like other people there too, and I think there was other of my husbands there too. And it's like they wanted to like talk to me. They wanted to just like hang out with me and stuff. And oh yeah, and then there was like and then like I was at like an orientation or something. I was at an orientation for like a new job. So I guess like I lost whatever random 3D job I had in another person's body the other day, and I just started another job, a new job. Okay, that's how real work is. It's just not real, and money is not real, and we're going to prove it. And um so why do you ask for vapes and wine all the time if money isn't real? Um because I don't know if you know this, but because I'm queen of everything and I can have anything that I want, including money. If you insist on having money, then I have to prove that money is not real and that you don't need it. Like, do you see what I'm saying? Like, if you insist on having money, but you guys know that I'm God, doesn't that make money obsolete? And like, you just need God, right? But if you keep on assisting, like you are hypocritical against yourself, basically. So like, I've over explained that enough. I'll let Gigi take it from there because you guys make me over explain everything. Like, I want vapes and I want wine because I am God and I can have anything I want and you can't. And if you want to insist on living in a monetary system, I will then thus have to prove that money's not real because you can't hold this imaginary thing over my own head in my own video game. And Link will be on your case about it, okay? And by me addressing these questions, I'm like literally sucking the energy out of you. And that's literally what we mean by eating people. I'm just literally eating all of the energy that consists of you, stupid general public, when you ask me these questions. And I take time to answer them out of my busy schedule. Okay. The other thing in the dream, I had like this weird manager. So I think it was like an orientation for like a new job, which is like so fun. I love orientation for like a new job. I love being the new person at a new job. Like, how fun is orientation, you guys? Like, love orientation. So it's like a small group of people. I want to say like 7 to 10 people. And we were in like sort of a hall, like the beginning, like the lobby area. I want to say the lobby area. And there was this guy there, and he was like, there was like these 2 trees on either sides of the lobby. And he was like, I heard if you have a beautiful tree, that it brings success to your business. And I was like, oh, that's interesting. And then like the manager, she was like giving the orientation, like my new manager, and of course, she was like really subversive, really manipulative, and like thought she owned my video game. Isn't that funny? She thought she owned my video game and she thought like she was making the rules and she could make the rules. And this is obviously, yes, this is obviously happening in corporate America right now. This is an office somewhere in the USA where there's some subversive manager that thinks that she's making the rules in my video game. Like she's caught on, she's caught up, right, to the fact that this is a video game, but she's still working in corporate, right? But she thinks that like she's making the rules because that's what all she was saying like during the orientation. Like she was like eating something but like making it look beautiful like before she was eating it, and it made like the whole like 7 to 10 people be like, oh, like that looks beautiful, and then she like was like looked at them and then she ate it and she was like, see, it's all about teasing the game. That's what this game is all about. It's all about teasing the game. Like, I just love that you know how to play my video game and you know that you can make your own rules to my video game. And you know that I would make really creepy ass, weird ass rules like that. Please tease the video game. You know, I would love a creepy, ugly ass old lady to fucking tease me during my orientation and my new job. I would feel so lucky. I wouldn't feel, I wouldn't feel sexually taken advantage of or anything. No, I wouldn't. I would feel extremely lucky to be teased in my own video game. Yes, I would. By someone who thinks they know how to play my video game, who thinks that they can make rules in my own video game. Yes, I would. I would feel so happy. I would feel so ecstatic. I would feel so fortunate. Okay. I'd feel so fucking fortunate to look at your ugly ass fucking face and have you be like, yeah, it's about to tease the game. It's about teasing the game. Yeah, that's what this whole game's about. Because like you're so smart and that's what makes you look so fucking ugly. I'm sure like your smartness is what makes you look so fucking ugly. Like you're literally creepy. You are literally creepy. No one wants to have no one, okay? You're just creepy and you cannot make fucking rules in my video game. That should be like for real. Like Hayden's like, am I like going overboard right now? It must be me and Hayden soliloquy. It must be a me or Hayden hire, okay, who you just really like pissed off and it's like telling you off in the background and probably recording it just in case they have to file a lawsuit with your company for SA. Yeah, we're serious. We're fucking serious. This is actually happening right now in corporate America, okay? And there's a lot of Alyssa and Haydens out there who feel the same way, okay? And that really pissed them off, okay? And it's coming through their mom to try to help them, to try to hold them, okay? Their mom and their dad, apparently. Okay, like leave people alone. Like no, it is not like your job to be like a creepy manager imagining essaying your employees because you can imagine it and get away with it. You hear yourself, right? Like I can just imagine essaying them and like because that's what she taught us yesterday. Like, no, I told you that you're gonna go ahead and do that, okay? Because that power comes back to me and you actually heard that. And that's your game plan, okay? Because you did it in an orientation to your students, right? In a very creepy way, in a way that like I didn't do it, but like you did it in like a creepier way than I would ever do it. And that was like your announcement. That wasn't like my announcement, you know? And you're like, oh, you can just like imagine it and like that's how you get like away with it and everything like that. Like that's literally what you said in orientation. Like, and I was there because you were listening to my broadcast yesterday, and then that brought me to your office last night in a dream, and I was inside one of the bodies, and that like really pissed them off. And what I'm saying to you, talk about it, and you are clearly talking about it, and know when they do that, I suck all of that energy back from them, and they're not gonna be able to do that anymore, and they're learning from the bad people in the game. And there's a few good things about it. One is it's going to open the gates of a mentee Two, it's going to suck all of their energy out of them. Three, they're going to have to embody it. And that's the only way that they're going to be able to loosh off people. So all these corporate managers that are imagining essaying people to get away with it, to get away with like looshing Alyssa energy off of people and stuff, they're going to have to become more and more obvious. And if I get shoved in my void, which does seem very likely because people are arguing against me, look, I'm clearly on one today. There, it's going to be that much more solid when I come out of my void next time, okay, in both directions. So they're going to have to like clearly hit on you in the office in order to actually live, because the only thing that keeps you alive is my energy, is Alyssa's energy, is Alyssa energy, is God energy. And that's where it's a check and mate. Okay. So like if they shove me back in the void because they're like arguing against me right now and they're kind of triggering the F out of me and everything, and that's what shoves me into my void, they're gonna have to embody it. So it's like a catch 22. It's like because that's the only way to live is off of my energy. So they're doing it. So they're like imagining essaying people that are Alyssa or Hayden, right? To get energy so that they live, so that they don't get sick and they don't die. That's because that's literally the only thing that keeps you alive is Alyssa energy. And the only way to get it is to fit in nicely or to loosh it, right? And they're the looshers that don't fit in nicely. They don't fit in nicely with me and Ryan. And we're used to people fitting in nicely with us. And we had no idea this was going on last year. And that's why we keep talking about last year, because it was literally just me and Ryan last year. And we thought, when we came back down to earth this year, we were like, holy crap, who are these other people that don't fit in nicely with us? We thought it was just Alyssa and Ryan, but they're the looshers, okay? And they're getting more obvious because they have to get more obvious to stay alive, because they're not able to psychic attack anymore, because every time I get shoved in my void, they have to get more and more obvious, and it's gotten a lot more obvious the last 7 years. So keep fighting, because I do hear you clearly. Okay, so yeah, I guess a lot of us got triggered this morning. And yeah, I didn't even like, okay, so Jason Momoa was in my dream, and I don't know, I was like really depressed this morning, so I was just like, I think this is really, me being blocked from Instagram is like really bad news for my husband's. Gigi said as indication of her puking, because that's actually like, even though it's just me like having like a little burp, it's actually me puking in other bodies. But I think me being blocked on Instagram is actually going to be really bad for my husband's, and I'm kind of numb to it right now. And I was just thinking about it this morning because this has obviously happened in my life before with other people and other things, where it's just like, it's not like I'm in denial about it. It's just like I go into like numb, and because I know how strong and powerful I am, and I know how strong and powerful my energy is, and I've seen people like, just their livelihoods be like completely obliterated and taken away from them because they didn't do what I asked them to do. And or like them get like really sickly ill and like stuff like that. And I just was like super numb about it this morning. So I was like, well, my Instagram was blocked. And like I haven't like really, I don't really use Instagram. I haven't really used Instagram in years. I like would just like use Instagram to like talk to boys, really. Like I think that's it. Like I would just use Instagram to like talk to boys. And like for the last 3-4 years or something. And I already talked about that, and like they could never pull the trigger and like ask me on a date. And I was just, that's why I kind of just like was like, okay, literally no one can ask me out on a date anymore. Like I got it. Like you guys are like really fucking terrified to like go on a date with me. Like I get it. Okay, I'll stop. So and so what was I gonna say? Anyway, I was just thinking because, like, okay, like I spent like, and it was my dad talking to me about it this morning actually, and he was like, "You spent a year with them, Alyssa. You spent a year with like your Hollywood family, not one of them came forward to take care of you. And it's not like they don't hear you. They hear you. They hear you. They hear you very well. So remember I said if I got any more information as to why my Instagram was blocked, I'll tell you. And so like that's why, because Instagram is mainly my like Hollywood husbands. And like I spent like a year with them and like none of them came forward embodied. And so he was like, enough is enough. So obviously Shane, you know, felt that coming. That's like Instagram's, it's like the sort of like the main hangout for like famous people. And like, no, like, I don't know, like who hangs out? It's like famous people and like fans, I guess, right? But so anyway, most of my husbands like stopped posting on Instagram, like Chris Evans, Sebastian Stan, Tim. Ezra just posts his like little like art projects, and Cody stopped posting. Jason only posts his band. Like they kind of like either stop posting or they just like post their art project, whatever their art project is, and that's it. You know, I'm trying to think if I have any husbands that actually post. Ryan Reynolds is like my best friend, but he's like the only one that like posts like industry posts. Chris Hemsworth is like, he's not really my husband, but like he sort of became my husband this season because of everything that is so freaking messed up. He's actually Claire's husband, my sister's husband, but he kind of became my husband this year. um, so Chris posts, but like he just posts like himself like working out and like drinking green juice. Like, really, is that really posting? You like working out and drinking green juice? Like, no, not really. Like, it's more like my friends that post, like Drax and like The Rock and John Cena just post memes. But it's like a lot of like my friends. It's a lot of like my castle life people on Instagram, like Antarctica people. And obviously, it's disappointing for me that none of them came forward this year. And obviously, it's disappointing for my dad. And yeah, it's like, I don't know what's going to happen, but it's never really a good thing when you guys don't do what I ask to do. It's never a good thing when you don't do what I ask you to do. Okay. Like Gigi, she didn't go get my freaking public storage unit, and Asheville got demolished where she lives, okay? The entire town got demolished, and thank God she's okay. Thank myself. She's okay. And her and Wolf said, I literally said it to them out loud in the house, like, you're gonna lose everything. You have to go get it. And of course they didn't listen. Like, I don't know. Like, that's why like it drives me crazy. Like, my friends literally drive me crazy because it's like I know I know it's coming. That's why like I go numb. I just go numb because it's like it's not like I don't warn people, and it's not like I know that I'm not that I am the Holy Spirit and that I'm warning them in their own, you know, the cause coming from within the house. Like, I'm warning you constantly, like it's not your fucking will, it's my will. And like you don't get to decide the rules of the game, okay? And like you don't get to trigger me to death. You don't get to not listen to me, and you don't get to not dilly dally. Like, you have to like, if I tell you to do something, you have to fucking do it. And Gigi's like, well, I just love being Gigi's like, I just love being a word of caution to my audience. I'm just like, come on, Gigi. So anyway, that's how I feel about my husbands right now. Like, come on. Like, I am saying this out loud. Like, come over right now and rescue me. Come and get me right now. Know that I will protect you from whatever weird psychic attacks you're getting as you're coming over my house to rescue me. Know that I am in charge. Know that I can handle it, instead of like, and know that like you're doing the right thing by the kingdom of Alyssa. Like, I shouldn't be waking up and like not wanting to exist. That's also a very bad sign. Okay, Barry Bertasius is on the way, Alyssa. We hear you loud and clear. Okay, so guys, anyway, that's like all of my thoughts this morning. So like, should Jason Momoa keep touring with his band? No. Um, what else? What I want to say? Oh, I saw Hayden. So I told you guys he lives in a space station. Okay, why are you laughing? Okay, so New Energy Earth is gonna be just all wild animals, all animals. Okay, I'll get to that. But so Hayden lives in a space station. Okay, so Hayden is his higher self who lives in the space station named Anakin. They're the same person, okay? So he lives in a space station outside of Earth. It's the beginning of Star Wars. It's really cool. It's like bigger than a city. It's like half of the width of Earth. I'm looking at it right now, and it's like half of the width of Earth. And like it's definitely not as like if this is Earth, like the space station is like this thin, okay? But it's like half of the length of Earth and like thinner, but it's pretty big. It's like way bigger than a city, right? Because like if this is the Earth, like this is a city, like. So it's way bigger than a city. It's like another planet basically, but it's a space station and it looks like a space station. It looks like um with like lights and like it's like a pewter gray. It's like a dark gray color, and then there's like bridges that go across it from like there's like the big area that's like next to Earth, and then there's like a smaller area that's like has bridges to it or whatever. So that's what it looks like. That's where Hayden lives, and um, he sent me like he's like, watch what happens when I send you a car. When he sends me a car from the space station. So he sent me a car. So there's like a plane coming, right? And then the plane hits this portal. And then the portal opens up. And then, so it's like an energy transference from it's a space plane. It's like a space plane. It's not like an Earth plane, okay? So it's a little bit different. It has like higher energy and higher tech in it. So the plane's going, then it hits this portal, the portal opens, the energy transference happens, and then it looks like a carriage. It looks like a sparkly, pretty princess carriage because he's sending me a car and it has to be suitable for the princess. So he sends me this like sparkly crystal carriage that comes from the space plane, and then the crystal carriage comes down and it gets me, and then my portal opens and Brandon's in the portal and he pulls me out, and then we go up to the space station together. And as soon as I leave the 3D Earth's atmosphere and go into 5D Earth where the space station exists and get to the space station, 3D Earth bombs itself to death. So that's why I don't get pulled out. Okay, guys? So like let's try to save your life and like let's you're still trying to fight back and say like that like you're gonna make me like marry against my will and like you just keep saying like all this crazy shit and like you keep essaying me in the astral realm even though I keep saying like I get to pick, you don't get to pick. Like you just literally cannot get it through your fucking head that like I am the special grand princess of all time and you're literally nothing and you're gonna get yourselves bombed to shit, okay? And I will rescue my team before that happens. And that's the kinks that we're working out right now is to make sure that all of my team gets rescued and no man gets left behind before we bomb the shit out of the ugly people that smell bad, to be quite frank with you, okay?